Hello everyone, this is Sir Marvin Bartido. So for today's lesson here in Geotechnical Engineering 1, we are going to discuss the concept of the weight-volume relationship in soils. Okay, so for this video class, we are going to discuss the basic soil properties, volume relationships, weight relationships, relationships among unit weight, void ratio, moisture content and specific gravity, and relationships among unit weight, porosity, and moisture content. So let's get this discussion started. Okay, so let's talk about the weight and volume relationships for soil. So to know the weight and volume relationships for soil, let's say we take a sample of soil mass in its natural state. So the soil element in its natural state class is shown here. Okay, so if we are going to break down the composition of this soil element, okay, so we will see class that it is composed of solid particles, no, it is composed of voids, no, wherein yung voids class that is composed of water and then air. No, so in this case class, no, so the composition of the soil element class, no, so its breakdown is solid particles. We have solid particles here, and then water, and then air. Okay, so class, we are going to analyze here the volume and the weight, no, of this soil element. Okay, so for the volume of this soil element class, so its total volume will be the volume of the solid particles plus the volume of voids. Where in the volume of voids class, this is composed of volume of water and then volume of air. Okay, so class, here, there's a volume of air. Because air class, it takes up space, right? So therefore, there will be volume for air. Okay, so this is the total volume class. So this is equal to volume of solid particles plus volume of water plus volume of air. So let's say this is our equation 1. Okay, now for the weight of this soil element, so class, the weight of, or the total weight of this soil element class, it will be the weight of the solid particle and the weight of the water. Okay, so in this case class, there will be no weight for air. Okay, so we are going to neglect, no, because air class, the weight of air class, it is very small, no, so it is very small, so we will just neglect it. Okay, so therefore class, the total weight of this soil element, that will be equal to weight of the soil solid or solid particles and then weight of water. Okay, so this will be our equation 2. Okay, so we can define basic soil properties, no, from the relationships of volume and weight. Now, so let's start with volume relationship. So volume relationships commonly used for the three phases in a soil element are void ratio. So this is denoted by small letter E. And then porosity. This is denoted by uh, lowercase n. And then degree of saturation. This is denoted by uppercase S. Okay, so these are some basic soil properties class. No? So let's define each of this property. So for void ratio, this is defined as the ratio of the volume of voids to the volume of solids. Okay, so this is the formula class for void ratio. So again, this is E equal to V sub V over V sub S. Again, V sub V here, this is the volume of voids. Okay, and then V sub S here, this is the volume of soil solids. Okay, so for the volume of voids class, so this is composed of volume of water and volume of air, ha? Take note of that. So this will be our equation 3. Okay. Now, for the porosity, so this is defined as the ratio of the volume of voids to the total volume. Okay, so the formula class for porosity, so according to the definition, this is equal to volume of voids over total volume. So again, volume of voids, that is volume of air and volume of water. Wherein, ito namang total volume class, okay, total volume, that will be the volume of soil solid, volume of and volume of air at saka volume of water or volume ng voids. Okay, so that is for the porosity, ha. So void ratio and porosity, these two soil properties, they are different, ha. So ito, volume of voids over volume of soil solid only. While in porosity, this is volume of void over the total volume. Okay? And for the degree of saturation class, so this is defined as the ratio of the volume of water to the volume of voids. Okay? So, the formula class for degree of saturation is volume of water or V sub W, okay, over volume of voids. Okay, so these three basic soil properties class, no? So lahat nung mga definition nito class, no? Volume class yung involved. Right? Kaya ito class yung mga basic soil properties according dun sa volume relationships. Okay, so take note of this of this formulas, okay, and definitions. Okay, for void ratio, for porosity, and for degree of saturations. Okay, so it is commonly expressed as a percentage itong um, degree of saturation. Okay, pero yung void ratio tsaka porosity class, yan class ay mga decimal numbers, no? Ina-express natin yung mga yan in decimal numbers. So, ito lang degree of saturation. Commonly expressed siya as percentage. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the relationship of void ratio and porosity. So the relationship between void ratio and porosity can be derived from equations 1, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is equation 1. So this is the total volume equal to volume of the soil solid, no, plus volume of void. And then for equation 3, this is E is equal to volume of void over volume of soil solid. And then, for equation 4, so this is N is equal to volume ng void over total volume. Okay, so, class, ang ipapalabas natin dito is yung relationship ng E at saka N, ha. So, let's say we use E is equal to volume of void over volume of soil solid. So, here, class, yung volume ng soil solid, pwede natin itong palitan in terms of the total volume and volume of voids. So here class from equation 1, volume of solid is equal to volume of voids or volume, total volume, minus volume of voids. Okay, so we can express V sub S, no, that way. So V sub S here will become V minus volume of voids. Okay, so from here class, just to extract a relationship nga, no? So, let's say itong volume ng voids class, no? So, from here kasi, no? So, this is volume of voids over total volume. So, let's say we divide the numerator and the denominator, no, by the total volume, so that this will become volume of voids over total volume over volume or total volume minus volume of voids over total volume. So basically, makakancel lang din naman yan. No? So hindi rin naman talaga nabago, no, yung itong equation natin na ito. Okay, so para lang meron tayong ma-extract na relationship. And we know, class, that here pala muna, i-distribute muna natin itong nasa ibaba. Okay, so pwede natin ito, class, i-break down into two fractions. Tama? So it can become V over V, that is 1, and then V sub V over V. So, ito yun. Okay, so from here, class, we know that V sub V over V, that is N. So, ito rin, V sub V over V, that is N. So, therefore, class, ang E natin, this is equal to N over 1 minus N. So, this is the relationship of void ratio and porosity. No? So, similarly, class, from this equation 6, so, ito yung equation 6 natin, ha. So, kapag kinuha mo naman yung N dyan, class, so yung magiging equation nito is N is equal to E over 1 plus E. So, ito, same lang din naman dito. Dito lang din yan kinuha, ito. Okay, so, remember this equation 6, class, ha, kasi importante yan. Okay. Okay, so let's proceed now to the weight relationships. Okay, so class, if in volume relationships, the basic soil properties that we defined are void ratio, porosity, and degree of saturation. So here, class, no, the basic soil properties that we can define from weight relationships are una, moisture content. So this is denoted by small letter W, and then unit weight. So unit weight, class, so this is denoted by gamma. So this is gamma, class, gamma. Okay, so let's define moisture content. So moisture content, this is also referred to as the water content. Okay, so this is defined as the ratio of the weight of water to the weight of solids in a given volume of soil. So this is the formula class of the water content. So this is weight of water over weight of the solid particles or the soil solids. Wherein yung weight ng water class, so we can also express that in terms of the total weight, no, and the weight of soil solid, no. So we know that the total weight class, that is equal to weight of the soil solid, no, plus weight of water, no. So therefore class, for weight of water, that is the total weight minus weight ng soil solid. Okay, so this will be our equation 8 class. Okay, so take note of this. Now, for the unit weight, so this is defined as the weight of soil per unit volume. Okay, so this is the formula for unit weight. So this is gamma is equal to capital letter W or uppercase W over V. Wherein yung W dito class, this is the total weight. Okay, and total weight, that that includes the weight of water and weight of soil solid. And then for the total volume, okay, so this is total volume. This is composed of the volume of soil solid and volume of the voids. No? Volume of void, yun ay composed ng volume ng air at saka volume ng water. Okay, so this will serve our equation 9 class, ha? Okay. Okay, so yung mga equations class na na-define natin, no, yung equations 1 to 9, we are going to use them to derive formulas here. Okay, so we are going to derive the unit weight, no, in terms of the weight of the soil solid, the total volume, and water content. Okay, so to express the unit weight, no, in W sub S, volume, and water content, we can use equations 2, 8, and 9. Okay, so for equation 2, this is our equation 2. So this is total weight is equal to weight of soil solid plus weight of water. And then equation 8, that is the water content, no? So this is equal to weight of water over weight of the soil solid. So this is also equal to the total weight minus weight of the soil solid over weight no soil solid. Okay, so equation 9 naman class. So this is the unit weight, no? So this is equal to total weight over total volume. Okay, so to derive the formula here for unit weight class, so in terms of WS, V, and W, so let's say for this formula class, W or the total weight, we can express this as W sub S plus W sub W, right? Okay, so we are going to rewrite it this way. And then also class, we can rewrite W sub S plus W sub W like this. Okay, so we factor out W sub S here, no, and then this will be multiplied by 1 plus W sub W over W sub S. Okay, so here class, if you are going to multiply W sub S by 1, so that will be W sub S. And if we multiply W sub S, no, to W sub W over W sub S, so W sub S will be cancelled. So what will remain is just W sub W. So basically, ito class, same lang din ito dito. Okay, so from here class, we know that W sub W over W sub S class, that is actually water content. Right? That is water content class. Ito, oh. Diba? So therefore class, this will become W sub S times 1 plus water content or small letter W over V. Okay, so this will now be the formula class for unit weight in terms of the weight of the solid particles, no, the total volume, and water content. Okay, so this will serve as our equation 10. So class, soil engineers sometimes refer to the unit weight defined by equation 9 as the moist unit weight. Okay, so kapag sinabi class na unit weight, no, halimbawa unit weight yung ibinigay sa problem, automatic class, yun class ay moist unit weight. Okay, so take note of that class ha. Ang moist unit weight, that is the unit weight. Okay, ng lupa. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about dry unit weight. Okay, so kanina class, dun sa unit weight, no, sabi natin, yung class ay equivalent lang din sa moist unit weight. No, and also class, no, just to add, no, yung moist unit weight class, minsan tinatawag din siya na bulk unit weight. Okay, so same lang yung tatlo na yun, unit weight, moist unit weight, at saka yung bulk unit weight. Okay, so they are the same. Okay, ngayon class, for dry unit weight naman, so it is often necessary class na alamin natin yung value ng dry unit weight kasi ginagamit siya to solve earthwork problems. Okay, so yung dry unit weight class, this is the weight per unit volume of soil excluding water. Okay, so class, kung kanina doon sa unit weight, 'di ba, yun ay total weight over total volume. And yung total weight class, yan ay composed ng weight ng soil solid at saka weight ng water. So if we are going to exclude water, therefore class, yung magiging weight na lang natin ay weight ng soil solid. Okay, so this will be our formula class for gamma dry. Okay, or dry unit weight. So this is weight ng soil solid over at the total volume. Okay, so ito yung notation class natin ha for dry unit weight. So this is gamma dry. Okay. So from here class, no, we can derive the relationship of unit weight, dry unit weight at saka moisture content, no? We can use yung equation 10, yun yung na derive natin dun sa previous slide, at saka itong equation 11. So this will be our equation 11. So yung equation 10 natin class, that is unit weight is equal to W sub S times 1 plus water content over the total volume. Okay, class, tingnan mo itong gamma dry. Class, itong gamma dry natin ay W sub S over V. So ito yon, W sub S over V. So pwede natin ito palitan class ng gamma dry, yung W sub S over V. So this will become gamma dry times 1 plus the water content. So, kung yung gamma dry class yung isosolve natin dito, so this will just be equal to gamma over 1 plus water content. Okay, so this will be our equation 12. No? So, ito yung dry unit weight in terms of the unit weight and water content. Okay. Okay, so take note of this class. Yeah, now, let's talk about density class and dry density of soil. So, class, yung density, similar lang din ito actually sa unit weight. Kung yung unit weight, yun ay weight over volume. Dito naman, class, sa density, ito class ay mass over volume. No? So, yung notation natin class for density is rho. So, ito ay rho. Okay, ito yung symbol class ng rho. Okay, so therefore class for dry density, so yung mangyayari dito class, yung mass natin dito class will just be the mass of the soil solid. Kasi class, excluded dito yung water. Diba? Dito kasi total mass ito. Ito ay mass ng soil solid at saka mass ng water. So for dry soil, no, so of course walang water content yon. 'Di ba? Walang water 'yon. So yung weight ng water will be excluded. Therefore, the density of dry soil, no, or the dry density, this is the mass of soil solid over the total volume. Okay, so this will be our equation 13. This will be our equation 14. And so class, the unit for density is kilogram per meter cube. Okay, so yung mass natin dito ay kilogram, tas yung volume meter cube. And dun pala class sa unit weight, no, yung unit natin dun ay kilonewton para dun sa weight, and then yung volume class ay meter cube. So dito sa density, kilogram over meter cube, no, yung kadalasan natin ginagamit class na unit. Okay. Okay, so let's now talk about the unit weight in terms of density. So nabanggit na natin kanina class na yung formula ng density ay mass over volume. Okay, meanwhile, yung unit weight naman, yan class ay weight over volume. Eh di ba class, yung mass, pwede natin siyang ma-convert into weight. Tama ba? Pwede natin ma-convert yung mass into weight by multiplying the mass by acceleration due to gravity or G. Tama ba? So, therefore, class, kapag minultiply natin yung density natin by the acceleration due to gravity, so it will become unit weight. Tama ba? So, therefore, class, no, yung unit weight natin, class, no, equal lang din yan, class, dun sa density multiplied by the acceleration due to gravity, which is G. So, yung value ng G natin, class, for SI unit, yan ay 9.81 meter per second squared, right? So, this will be divided by 1,000. So, na-divide to sa 1,000 kasi, class, di ba yung mass, ito kasing density, di ba mass over volume ito. So, yung mass, class, ay kilogram. So, kapag minultiply natin, class, yung kilogram by 9.81 meter per second squared, di ba, class, yung kilogram times meter per second squared, yun ay Newton. Tama? So, class, para ma-convert natin yung Newton to kilonewton, so that will be divided by 1,000. Kaya dinivide natin ito by 1,000. Okay, para, class, yung magiging unit weight natin dito ay kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, so ito, class, yung relationship ng unit weight at saka density. So, minultiply lang yung density by G or acceleration due to gravity. So, ganun din, class, sa gamma dry. Okay, so para sa gamma dry, so i-multiply mo lang din, class, yung dry density by G. No, and then divide it by 1,000 para lang maging kilonewton per meter cube siya. Okay, so class, take note na yung G, yan ay 9.81 meter per second squared for SI unit. So kung yan, class, ay English unit, no, or US customary unit, so i-convert mo, no, i-convert mo siya to English unit. Okay, so now take note, class, of this values, no, yung unit weight at saka density ng water kasi constant ito. Okay, so yung unit weight, class, ng water or yung gamma sub W, so magagamit natin yung notation na yan, no, sa maraming mga formulas natin. So yan, class, ay unit weight ng water, yan ay equal sa 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. And then yung density naman, class, ng water, yan, class, ay denoted by rho sub W. Okay, so yan, class, ay equal sa 1,000 kilogram per meter cube. So actually, class, itong gamma W na to, galing siya dito sa rho W. No? So, kapag minultiply mo, diba, itong mass na to by 9.81 meter per second squared, no? Yung mangyayari, class, ay 9,810 Newton, diba? So, to make it kilonewton, divide mo sa 1,000 para maging kilonewton, no? So, dito lang din siya nanggaling, class, itong gamma water. Okay. So, class, tandaan mo itong mga values na to. Gagamitin natin yung mga yan. Okay, so let's now proceed doon sa relationship ng unit weight, void ratio, moisture content, at saka specific gravity. So, lahat, class, ng mga madederive natin dito, no, ang magiging reference natin, class, is yung void ratio, ha? Okay, so mamaya papakita ko kung ano yung gagawin natin sa void ratio, no, sa lahat ng mga ide-derive natin dito. And anyway, so yung specific gravity, class, hindi ko pa ito na-i-introduce sa'yo. So yung specific gravity, class, this is defined as the ratio of the unit weight of a given material to the unit weight of water. So, ito, class, yung formula, class, ng specific gravity. So yan, class, ay denoted by uppercase G. Okay, so ito, class, ay equal sa unit weight ng material over unit weight ng water. Okay, wherein yung unit weight ng water, that is 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. So, in this case, class, yung kailangan nating specific gravity dito is yung specific gravity ng soil solids. So, para sa specific gravity ng soil solids, class, it can be expressed as G sub S, no? So, that will be equal to the gamma, okay, gamma of the soil solid over gamma of water. Wherein, class, yung gamma nung soil solid, class, that will be equal to the weight of the soil solid over the volume of the soil solid. Right? That's the unit weight for soil solid. No? So again, that is weight ng soil solid over volume ng soil solid. Kaya naging ganito siya, class. Ito, yung weight ng soil solid over volume ng soil solid, class. Yun, class, ay gamma ng soil solid. Okay, over gamma water. Kaya ito, class, naging ganito. Okay, so take note of this, class, ha. So this will be our equation 15b. So gagamitin natin ito, class. No? Again, yung specific gravity ng soil solid ay equal sa weight ng soil solid over volume ng soil solid times gamma ng water. Okay, so let's now derive the formula for unit weight in terms of void ratio, water content, and specific gravity. So, take note pala, class, ha, sa derivation na gagawin natin dito, class, yung gagawin nating reference dito is yung void ratio. Okay, kasi mamaya meron din tayo mga ide-derive class na formula na yung gagawin naman nating reference class is yung porosity. Okay, so in this case class, we are going to use E, no, as our reference here para ma-derive natin class yung relationship ng unit weight, nung void ratio, at saka ng moisture content. No? So, in this case class, di ba ito class yung void ratio natin? This is the formula for void ratio. So, what we're going to do, since ito yung reference natin class, i-assume natin class na yung denominator niya ay 1. So, yung denominator niya dito class ay V sub S. No? So, therefore, class, kung yung V sub S class ay i-assume natin na 1, so yung magiging void ratio natin class ay equal lang dun sa volume ng voids. Okay, so ginawa natin tong 1 half para meron tayong ma-obtain class na relationship ha. Okay, so what will happen here class is that yung kung yung volume ng soil solid natin, ito yon. Let's say yan class ay 1. Kung yan class ay 1, tapos class yung volume ng voids natin. So yung total volume ng voids natin, yan ay volume ng water tsaka volume ng air ha. So yung volume ng voids natin class, yan automatic ay equal sa E. Tama? Base dito sa ginawa natin. So kung ito class ay E, tapos yung volume ng soil solid natin ay 1, therefore class itong total volume natin ay 1 plus E. 'Di ba yung total volume ng soil solid yan, tsaka volume ng void. So, yung volume ng soil solid natin ay 1, yung volume ng void natin class ay E. So, therefore, ito yon yung total volume 1 plus E. Ngayon class, we can also define here no the weight of the soil solid. No? Okay. So, dito class, yung weight ng soil solid, ito yon. Tapos yung weight ng water, ito yon. So, pwede nating ma-derive class yung weight ng soil solid, okay, from the relationship kanina na derive natin dun sa equation 15b. So, ito yun class. So, itong weight ng soil solid na to, pwede natin itong kunin dito. So, class, yung mangyayari dito, di ba yung volume ng soil solid, dito sa consideration natin, inassume natin yan na 1. So, kung yung volume ng soil solid natin ay 1, therefore, yung weight ng soil solid ay specific gravity ng soil solid times gamma water. Diba? Mako-cross multiply yan. So, yan class yung weight ng soil solid natin. Kaya siya naging GS times gamma W here. Okay, now for the weight ng water, class, di ba meron tayong relationship ng weight ng water tsaka weight ng soil solid, no? Yung water content, kung naaalala mo yung water content. So, yung water content class, yun ay equal sa weight ng water over weight ng soil solid. Therefore, kung weight ng water yung kukunin natin, diba? So, that will be equal dun sa water content times weight ng soil solid. Eh, diba yung weight ng soil solid nga natin, class? Yan ay G sub S times gamma sub W. So, papalitan lang natin yan dito. So, this will become W, which is water content yan, and then G sub S times gamma sub W. So, ito ngayon, class, yung weight ng water. Kaya, naging ganito siya dito. Okay, yan ay W times G sub S times gamma W. Okay, so take note of this class ha, yung weight ng soil solid at saka weight ng water. Gagamitin natin yung mga yan. Now, using the definitions of unit weight and dry unit weight from equations 9 and 11, so ito yun class, yung equation 9, ito ay gamma is equal to weight over volume. And then, sa equation 11 naman, gamma dry yan is equal to weight ng soil solid over the total volume. And so, from here, class, yung weight class, pwede natin yan palitan. So, ito kasi total weight ito eh. Pwede natin yan palitan ng weight ng soil solid plus weight ng water. Ayan. So, class, mayroon tayong mga nakuhang mga relationship ng weight ng soil solid tsaka weight ng water. So, yung weight ng soil solid, class, equal din siya sa G sub S, gamma, W plus yung weight ng water naman natin, water content times G sub S times gamma W, no? And then class dito, yung volume natin, 'di ba total volume ito? Eh 'di ba class yung total volume natin, yun ay 1 plus E. No? Yun class ay 1 plus E. Okay, so from here class, pwede natin i-factor out yung G sub S gamma W, right? From here at saka from here. Pwede natin i-factor out. So it will become ito, finactor out natin, and then ito, divide dito, so that will be 1. Ito, divide dito, so that will become W lang. Okay, so ito na class, no, yung magiging formula natin for unit weight in terms of water content, specific gravity, at saka void ratio. So, this is 1 plus W times G sub S times gamma W over 1 plus E. Ayan. So, medyo dumadami na class yung ano natin, yung mga formula natin dito. No? So, mamaya tawag dito, gagawin nating in order yung kung ano yung mga kailangan nating tandaan, no? Or kailangan nating isaulo. So, mas maganda class na gawan mo yan class ng ano ng palatandaan mo na pang sarili kung paano mo siya matatandaan. Okay. Anyway, so ito class yung para sa unit weight. Ngayon, para dun sa dry unit weight, okay, so yung dry unit weight natin class, W sub S over V. So yung weight ng soil solid natin class, di ba yan ay GS times gamma W, no, dun sa na-derive natin dun sa previous slide. And then yung volume natin class, yan ay 1 plus E. So ito na class, yung formula for gamma dry. Okay, so this is GS times gamma W over 1 plus E. So pwede mo rin class kunin dito yung E, itong E na to. But anyway, I think no need to memorize naman na ito. Kasi nandito na din yan. No? So ito na lang. Yung equation 17. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the derivation of this formula. So class, itong formula na to, importante siya. No? So very useful class itong formula na ito. So ito ay S times E is equal to W times G sub S. So degree of saturation, void ratio, water content, and then specific gravity, no, ng soil solid. So, i-derive natin ito class. So, because the weight of water for the soil element under consideration is, ito class yung na-derive natin na weight for water from the previous slide. So, weight ng water class ay equal sa water content times specific gravity times gamma ng water, no? So, class, kapag kinuha natin yung volume ng water, so, pwede natin kunin yung volume ng water class dun sa relationship, no, from gamma water. 'Di ba class yung gamma water equal siya sa weight ng water over volume ng water. So kung yung kukunin natin is yung volume ng water, so yun ay magiging equal sa weight ng water over gamma ng water. Tama? So from here class, yung weight ng water na to, pwede nating palitan ito. Okay, so palitan natin yan. So ito ay magiging W times GS times gamma W over gamma W. So ito class, makakancel lang na yung gamma W. So therefore, yung volume class ng water, yan class ay equal sa water content times specific gravity. Ayan. Now, from the definition class nung degree of saturation, di ba, dinefine na natin yan, na yan class ay volume ng water over volume ng voids. So therefore class, kapag ipinalit natin yung volume ng water dito, so it will become W G sub S over E. Right? So here class, no, pwede rin natin tong i-rewrite as S times E cross multiply is equal to W GS. No, so ito class, magiging equation 19 natin ito. So ito class, useful ito, no, for solving problems involving three-phase relationships, no? Pero class, kung halimbawa dry yung soil natin, di ba kapag dry yung soil natin, yung phase lang natin doon ay soil solid at saka air, walang water, 'di ba? Walang water contents, zero ang water content. So kapag ganun class, kapag zero itong water content na to class, so yung mangyayari, hindi natin magagamit itong equation na to kasi magzi-zero lang din yan lahat. Okay, so kumbaga yun yung limitations din nitong ano na to, nitong formula na to. Ganun din class, kapag dry yung soil, so two-phase lang siya, 'di ba? Soil solid at saka air lang. So, yung mangyayari doon, yung degree of saturation niya rin class is 0. Tama, kapag dry, walang degree of saturation. Kasi ito from here, 0 'di ba yung volume ng water kapag dry yung soil. So magiging 0 yung saturation. No, yung degree of saturation niya. So, kung magzi-zero yan, class, wala, hindi natin ito magagamit. No? So, yun. Pero, class, kung saturated yung soil natin, di ba kapag saturated ang soil, yung phases niya, soil solid, at saka water, walang air. Pero, class, kapag kasi walang air, no, yung void niya lang, class, ay water, so yung mangyayari, yung degree of saturation niya, 1. Tama, 100% yung degree of saturation kapag saturated yung soil. No, kung 1 yan, okay lang kasi may makukuha ka naman. E is equal to WG sub S. No, so doon pwede. Okay, so ito kadalasan or ako minemorize ko to as GWES. No, para madali lang tandaan. So yan yung relationship ng degree of saturation, void ratio, water content, at saka specific gravity. GWES, no? So, pabaliktad. GWES, GWES, GWES. Para madali lang, tandaan. No? Anyway, sige. Okay, so now let's derive the formula for saturated unit weight in terms of void ratio, water content, and specific gravity. So, to define saturated soil class, so if the soil sample is saturated, that is the void spaces are completely filled with water. So, yung void lang class kapag saturated ang lupa ay water. Okay, wala tayo class void dito na air. Okay? Since saturated nga yung lupa. Okay, so yung relationship class ng saturated unit weight, no? So pwede natin siyang ma-derive similarly, no? So dito class yung V sub S natin or yung volume ng soil solid natin, no? We still assume this as 1. Okay, so kung ito class ay 1, so yung magiging volume ng voids natin class is E. But in this case class, yung void natin dito class ay water lang. So yung volume ng void natin, yan ay magiging equal lang sa volume of water. So, yung volume ng water class, yan ay equal lang din sa void ratio natin. So, yung total volume natin dito class ay 1 plus E. Okay, so, class for gamma sat, okay, or saturated unit weight, so yan ay equal din, no, sa weight over volumes. Wherein yung weight natin dito class is weight nung soil solid plus weight nung water. And then yung volume natin dito is total volume, wherein dito sa volume class, wala na yung volume nung air. No, however, yung total volume natin class, 'di ba, pwede natin 'yan isulat as 1 plus E. No, so that will be 1 plus E. And then yung W sub S natin, so ito yung equivalent niya, 'di ba, from the Derive equations kanina. So yung weight ng soil solid class, that is G sub S times gamma ng water. And then ito naman yung weight ng water class. So pwede natin to kunin from 'di ba class, yung gamma water equal siya sa weight ng water over volume ng water. Eh, di ba yung volume ng water ay E? So, kung kukunin natin yung weight ng water, that will just be unit weight ng water, tas cross-multiply mo, times yung volume ng water, which is E. So, therefore, weight ng water, yan ay equal sa gamma water times E. Kaya siya naging E times gamma water dito. Okay. So, from here, class, pwede nating i-factor out yung gamma water. Factoring out gamma water. So, gamma water, divide this. Or, ito pala, divide dito. So, that will be G sub S. Tapos ito, divide dito. So, ang matitira ay E. No? So, this will become G sub S plus E times gamma ng water over 1 plus E. So, this will be the formula class for saturated unit weight, no, in terms of E. Tapos, yung water content actually ay wala dito, no? And specific gravity. So, ito class yung magiging equation 20 natin. And also class pala ha, kanina, yung nabanggit ko kanina, na kapag saturated class yung soil, no, dun sa GWES, kung gagamitin natin yung GWES, so yung SI1, therefore class, yung magiging formula natin will become E is equal to water content times specific gravity. So, this is for saturated soils ha. Pwede natin gamitin to. Okay. Equation 21 yan. Okay, so there are times, class, na mas convenient na ang gamitin na lang natin, class, is yung density, no, instead of unit weight. So, class, pwede natin, class, makuha, no, yung mga equation similar to unit weight relationships given in equation 16, 17, and 20 in terms of density. Okay, so, yung doon, class, sa equation 16 natin, okay, so yun, class, ay unit weight, no? Yun, class, ay unit weight. So, yun ay equal sa 1 plus water content times G sub S times gamma ng water over 1 plus E. So, class, pwede din natin, class, i-express yung unit weight doon, no, in terms of density. So, instead na unit weight, class, pwede itong density. Tapos, instead na gamma water dito, class, pwede naman na ang gawin natin ay density ng water. Okay, ganun din, class, sa may equation 17. So, yan yung sa gamma dry. No? So, yung gamma dry natin, yan ay equal sa GS times gamma W over 1 plus E. So, palitan lang natin yung mga gamma ng density. So, that will become dry density is equal to G sub S times rho ng water or density ng water over 1 plus E. So, same with the saturated unit weight. So, pwede natin siya gawing uh, uh, saturated density. No? So, this will be rho subsat is equal to G sub S plus E. Tapos palitan natin yung gamma water dito ng rho ng water over 1 plus E. Okay? So, wherein yung rho W dito class, and yung density ng water which is equal to 1,000 kg per meter cube. Okay, so we can actually prove equations 22, 23, and 24 no, by deriving yung density in terms of void ratio, water content, and specific gravity. So, pwede rin naman natin silang i-derive. So, let's prove here, class, na tama no, yung equations 22, 23, and 24 natin. So, class, di ba yung water content, equal yan sa weight ng water over weight ng soil solid. So, yung weight class, di ba, pwede natin siya gawing mass times yung acceleration due to gravity. No? So, para dun sa mass ng water, pag minultiply mo by G, so that will be weight ng water. Tapos yung mass ng soil solid, pag minultiply mo yan by G, no, it will become weight ng solid. No? So, pwedeng makancel dito class yung G. So, therefore, class, it will become mass ng water over mass ng soil solid. Okay, so from here class, di ba class yung weight ng soil kanina na derive natin, yun class ay GS times gamma ng water. So yung mass naman dito class ng soil, it will be G sub S times density no ng water. So yung mass ng water natin, therefore class, it will be okay, mass ng water, that will be equal to W times mass ng soil. Wherein yung mass ng soil class, yan ay G sub S times gamma ng water. Ayan. So, kung i-illustrate lang natin class, no? So, yung V sub S natin dito class ay 1 pa din ha. Tapos yung volume ng voids natin dito class will be E. Okay, yan ay E. So, dito class, yung mass ng soil solid natin, so ito nga, katulad din ito nung kanina, 'di ba, na dinerive natin na kung yung weight ng soil solid ay GS times gamma ng water. So dito naman yung mass ng soil solid dito ay G sub S times rho ng water. Okay? Tapos class yung magiging MW nga natin dito class ay ito. W G sub S times rho ng water. Okay, so from here yung density, di ba, yan ay mass over volume. Wherein yung mass dyan, yan yung total mass natin. So, yan ay mass ng soil, solid, at saka mass ng water. And then, yung volume natin, total volume din yan. So, volume ng soil solid dyan, saka volume ng voids. No, so, from here, class, yung mass ng soil solid, di ba, GS times rho W. Tapos, yung mass ng water, ito yun. W G sub S times rho W. Tapos yung V sub S natin 1. Tapos yung volume ng void natin ay E. So yan yung total volume. Okay, so from here pwede nating i-factor out yung GS times gamma rho, no? Rho W. Ito din, ito, pwede natin siya i-factor out. So ito divide dito, yan ay 1. Tapos ito divide dito, so W lang yung matitira, no? Over E. So ito na class, no? Ito yung rho natin in terms of specific gravity, water content, and void ratio, which is ito class yung na-derive natin dun sa equation 22 or yung dinefine natin dun sa equation 22 kanina. So, mapapansin mo nga talaga class na napalitan lang dito ito. 'Di ba? Kung sa unit weight kasi yan, gamma ito, dito din gamma ito, pero kapag naging density na yan, so papalitan mo lang din dito na gagawin mo siya class na density. No? So, plus, pwede mo ring ma-derive similarly yung equation 23, yun yung para sa density dry or dry density. Tapos yung 24, yung sa saturated density. No? So, kumbaga, mapoprove mo na tama din talaga yung na-derive natin sa 23 at 24. Okay. Okay, so we will now proceed to the relationship among unit weight, porosity, and moisture content. So, dito class, yung reference na natin dito class is yung porosity. So, kanina class, di ba yung naging reference natin ay yung void ratio. Na yung denominator ng void ratio natin, so yun ay volume ng voids over volume ng soil solid. Yung volume ng soil solid, ginawa nating 1 para lang makuha natin yung mga relationship. No? So, dito naman class, no, yung porosity no, yung gagawin nating reference dito. So, yung mangyayari class dito, yung denominator natin dito, yung gagawin nating 1. Okay, so ito class yung formula ng porosity. Ito ay volume ng voids over the total volume. So kung gagawin nating 1 class yung total volume natin, just to derive relationships here. Okay, so yung mangyayari class, yung porosity natin class, equal lang siya sa volume ng voids. Tama? Kung 1 itong total volume natin. So kung yung total volume natin class ay 1, okay, kung yung total volume natin ay 1, tapos yung volume ng voids natin ay n, so yung voids natin dito, water at saka area, no? So yan ay equal sa porosity. So yung mangyayari class, yung volume ng soil solid natin, that will be the total volume minus the volume of void. So that will be 1 minus n. Right? So, yun yung magiging volume ng soil solid natin, class, ha? So, therefore, class, kapag kinuha natin yung weight ng soil solid natin, tsaka weight ng water natin, and so, from here, di ba, yung weight ng soil solid natin, ito yon. So, pwede natin yan gawing weight ng soil solids equal to G sub S times gamma water times V sub S. Wherein yung V sub S natin, class, ay ito na, 1 minus N. Right? So, therefore, W sub S or weight ng soil solid, yan ay equal sa G sub S times gamma water times 1 minus N. Ngayon, yung weight ng natin, water natin, no? So, from the water content, no, na formula, yan ay weight ng water over weight ng soil solid. So, ito yon, yung kung weight ng water yung kukunin natin. So, substitute lang natin yung weight ng soil solid dito. So, it will become water content times G sub S times gamma water times 1 minus N. So, ito class, this will become our equation 25 at saka equation 26, ha. So, gagamitin natin ito mga ito, yung weight ng soil solid at weight ng water sa pag-derive pa nung iba nating formula dito. Okay, so i-derive natin class yung dry unit weight in terms of porosity, no? Okay, so class, di ba yung gamma dry natin, ito yon, weight ng soil solid over the total volume. So, in this case, class, yung magiging weight ng soil solid natin, class, no, ito na yon, na-derive na natin from the previous slide. Yan ay G sub S times gamma ng water times 1 minus N. Tapos, class, yung total volume natin, ito yon, di ba? Yung inassume na natin dito ay 1. So, therefore, yung gamma dry natin, class, ay G sub S times gamma water times 1 minus N. No, so, ito na class yung para sa gamma dry natin in terms of porosity. Ayan, so, ito equation 27 na ito. Okay, now for the unit weight in terms of N, water content, and specific gravity naman. So, same lang din. So, yung mangyayari, yung gamma natin is total weight over total volume, di ba? So, yung total weight natin ay weight ng soil solid tsaka weight ng water. So, yung weight ng soil solid natin, ito yon. Okay, tas yung weight ng water natin, ito yung mga na-derive na natin yan doon sa previous slide natin. Tas yung total volume class ay 1. Therefore, class, kapag sinimplify natin ito, okay, so pwede nating i-factor out yung 1 minus N at saka GS times gamma W, no? So, yung mangyayari, ito, divide dito, 1. Tas ito, divide dito, W. Right? So, ito na class, equation 28 na ito. Pero actually, class, kahit hindi na natin ito i-memorize, no? Kasi class, yung na-derive natin kanina, class, doon sa kanina, 'di ba? Yung in terms of void ratio, mas okay na yun na lang class yung i-memorize natin. 'Di ba? Kasi meron naman tayong relationship ng porosity at saka void ratio eh. Tama ba? So kung halimbawa na ang given ay porosity, edi i-convert na lang natin into void ratio. Tapos gamitin natin yung formula na na-derive natin kanina. 'Di ba? Kasi kapag minemorize din natin ito, sobrang dami na. Di ba? Baka magkagulo na sa isip mo ito. Although, pinapakita ko lang ito sa'yo, ha? Okay. Okay, now for saturated unit weight in terms of porosity. So, class here, no, since saturated yung lupa dito, class, no, dun sa voids natin, no, wala tayong air. So, yung void natin, class, dito ay water lang. So, therefore, class, yung volume ng void natin will just be equal dun sa volume ng water. Okay, so here class yung volume ng water natin, 'di ba? Porosity yung reference natin dito. So equal ito sa N. Okay, so yung magiging total volume natin dito ay 1 pa din, no? And then yung volume ng soil solid natin ay 1 minus N. Okay, so from here class, pwede nating kunin yung gamma saturated. So yung gamma saturated class, yan lang ay weight ng soil solid plus weight ng water over the total volume. Wherein yung total volume natin ay volume yan ng soil solid tsaka volume ng water, no? In this case, yung total volume naman ay 1 na, no? Okay. So from here, yung weight ng soil solid class, na-derive na natin yan. Tama, yung weight ng soil solid, yan ay 1 minus N times G sub S times gamma ng water. So dito class sa weight ng water, no, so pwede natin itong makuha, no, using yung sa may gamma water, yung formula ng gamma water. Di ba yung gamma water, equal yan sa weight ng water over volume ng water. Eh yung volume ng water natin dito class ay N. So therefore, N times gamma water equal yan sa weight ng water. Tama? Kaya class yung weight ng water natin dito ay N times gamma ng water, no? So over the total volume, which is 1. Okay, so from here, ito na yun class, yung gamma saturated. So this is 1 minus N times G sub S plus N times gamma water, no? So ito equation 29 natin ito. Ayan, okay. So class, pwede rin natin kunin yung moisture content dito ng saturated soil sample. So yung moisture content natin dito ay saturated, no? Saturated water content ito. So ganun din yan, weight ng water over weight ng soil solid, no? Wherein yung weight ng water ay N times gamma ng water over yung weight ng solid naman natin or soil solid ay 1 minus N times ito, G S times gamma W. Okay, so therefore, yung W substat natin ay N over 1 minus N G times or G sub S, no? Equation 30 yan. Okay. Okay, for additional formula class na gagamitin din natin dito, so we have effective unit weight or submerged unit weight or buoyant unit weight. So this is defined as the effective weight per unit volume when the soil is submerged below standing water or below groundwater table. So ito class yung unit weight ha kapag yung lupa is nakalubog, no? Nakalubog na doon talaga sa tubig. Okay? So yung notation natin para dito class ay gamma prime. Okay? So ito yung notation natin para dito, effective unit weight, submerged unit weight, buoyant unit weight. Magkakapareho lang yan ha. Okay? So yan class ay equal sa gamma sat minus gamma ng water. So ito yung gamma ng saturated na lupa. Tapos, isubtract mo class yung gamma ng water. So, to simplify this, so yung gamma sat, di ba, na-derive na natin yan. No? So, ito class yung formula natin for gamma sat, no? In terms of void ratio. So, this is G sub S plus E times gamma ng water over 1 plus E minus gamma ng water. So, pwede natin i-factor out dito or siguro, pagsamahin natin in one fraction para mas madali. So, kunin natin yung common denominator nila, which is 1 plus E. Tapos ito na din mismo. Tama? So, i-distribute lang ito, G times S times ito, or G sub S times ito. Ito yun. Tapos ito times ito. Ito yun. Tapos, minus, ito naman, nilagyan natin ito ng denominator. So, yung mangyayari, it will be multiplied, no? And then, ang mangyayari class ay 1 plus E, okay, times ito. Tama, para dun sa numerator niya. So, this will become 1 times ito. Ito yun. Tapos E times ito. Ito yun. Tama? So, pag sinimplify natin to class, makakancel ito, yung E times gamma water tsaka ito. So, yung matitira ay GS gamma ng water minus gamma ng water over 1 plus E. Wherein yung gamma ng water, pwede natin i-factor out. So, it will become GS minus 1 times gamma ng water over 1 plus E. Okay, so yan na yun class, yung formula para dun sa effective unit weight, submerged unit weight, or buoyant unit weight. Now, we also have dry unit weight at zero air void. So, yung definition natin dito, class, this is the weight of soil solids per unit volume of a saturated soil mass. And di ba, class, yung unit weight natin for saturated soil, yun ay equal sa total weight, okay, over total volume. Wherein yung total weight niya, weight ng soil solid, tsaka weight ng water. Tama? So, dito, class, sa unit weight at zero air voids, yung lupa natin dito saturated, no? Pero yung i-consider natin class na weight niya lang ay weight lang ng soil solid. So, hindi natin i-consider dito class yung weight ng water. Okay, kasi yun yung definition natin dito weight ng soil solid per unit volume of a saturated soil mass. So, from here class, no, yung gamma sat natin, no, 'di ba, yan ay weight nga ng soil solid plus weight ng water over volume. So, para dito sa zero air voids class, yung weight lang ng soil solid yung i-consider natin. Okay, so therefore, yung weight ng water mawawala ito. Tapos yung weight ng soil solid, 'di ba? GS times gamma water din 'yon, yun dun sa dinerive natin kanina. Over total volume, 'di ba yung total volume natin ay 1 plus E. So from here class, yung E, since saturated yung lupa natin dito class, 'di ba kapag saturated ang lupa, yung degree of saturation niya or S is 1. So from GWES, 'di ba, yung GWES natin kanina. So 1 yung saturation or degree of saturation. Therefore yung E natin ay equal lang sa W times G sub S. So pwede nating palitan yung E natin dito by W times G sub S. So it will become G sub S times gamma ng water over 1 plus G sub S times water content. So ito na class yung dry unit weight at zero air voids. Okay, ito na yung mga formula natin. Ayan. So class, these are various forms of relationships for gamma moist or yung unit weight lang mismo, and then yung gamma sat. Okay, yung gamma sat. Okay, so class, nandito no, may mga nakalista dito na mga formulas kapag yung relationship is water content, specific gravity, tas void ratio. Ito yung formula para dun sa moist unit weight. So, kung ito naman yung mga kailangang relationship, so ito yung formula. Kung ito naman, ito. But, I don't think naman na kailangan mo i-memorize ito lahat, class, ha? So, ito nilista lang dito para lang makita mo yung iba't ibang relationship, no? For gamma dry, for gamma sat. Okay? Okay. So also class, here in table 3.2, these are the void ratio, moisture content, and dry unit weight for some typical soils in a natural state. No, so for these types of soil na nandito sa column na ito class, so ito class yung corresponding void ratio niya sa natural state ha. Tapos ito class yung equivalent din na natural moisture content niya in saturated state. So ito ay in percent. Tapos yung dry unit weight niya class ay nandito din, no. So usually class, ito class yung mga values, no, nung mga nakukuha nating soils, no, soil mass in its natural state, no. For loose uniform sand, ito 14.5 kilonewton per meter cube, no. So hanggang dito class, no. So 21 na yan dito, 21 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, anyway. Okay, so to sum up class, the list of formula that you have to memorize here, no, so ito class nilagay ko na dito, no, but if you can memorize everything, go lang, 'di ba? Pero ito class, ako ang maire-recommend ko, ito yung mga i-memorize natin. Kasi yung iba pa na hindi natin ma-memorize, no, pwede naman natin i-derive from here, from these formulas. Okay, so class, ito yung sa volume relationships natin. So importante na matandaan mo yan ha, yung mga formulas na yan. Okay, especially class yung relationship ng void ratio at porosity. No, para hindi na natin kailangang i-memorize class yung mga relationship na may involvement ng porosity. No, so pwede na lang natin siyang i-convert into void ratio para ito yung mga gagamitin natin. No, anyway, so ito yung para sa volume relationship. Ito naman yung sa weight relationship. No? Actually, yung unit weight pala yung isang no, weight relationship. So, yung moisture content class, ito yung formula. Tapos yung specific specific gravity, ito yon. And then para sa unit weight class or moist unit weight, so ito yung mga dapat nating tandaan. Okay, so yung dry unit weight naman ay ito. So class, merong relationship yung dry unit weight at unit weight ha. Ito dito. So yung gamma equal din yan sa gamma dry times 1 plus water content. No? So importante yung mga yan. Okay, so i-memorize natin itong mga ito class. For saturated unit weight din class, so memorize natin to, tsaka to. And then for density, so kailangan memorize mo itong mga ito para hindi na natin kakailanganin na i-derive pa sila. Diba? Tas dry density, memorize natin yan class. So, kung ako sa iyo class, no, gagawa ako ng paraan, no, kumbaga gagamitan ko ito class ng mga ano bang tawag doon? Mnemonic ba 'yon? No, na para class matandaan mo personally. So, katulad nung sa kanina class, 'di ba, yung sagwes. 'Di ba? Ito 'yon, yung sagwes. No, so yun, ano ko yun, kumbaga palatandaan kayo para di ko makalimutan. So ikaw din class, pwede kang gumawa ng mga palatandaan dito, no? Just to for you to not forget it easily, yung mga formulas. Okay, so for gamma saturated density ito. For effective unit weight, submerged, buoyant unit weight, ito yung class ha, yung mga formula natin. So kung ako sa'yo dito, sa effective unit weight, ito na lang i-memorize ko, gamma sat minus gamma ng water. Diba? Kasi ano naman, memorize mo naman na to yung gamma ng sat, gamma sat, ito. Tama? Ayan. Tapos yung sa dry unit weight naman, at zero air voids, ito yun ha. So memorize natin yan class. Okay. That ends this discussion. Aral mabuti.